This is Morten from Inkish. We are, I have said it many times, still reporting from Online Print Summit in Munich. And I'm talking to my good friend Beatrice from Intergraf.
Hello, Morten. Good to see you.
I mean, when you come to an event like this, are you also sometimes looking a little bit for ideas for print matters and for the events that you organize yourself?
We do, yes, we do. I'm always happy to be at the OPS because there are great ideas and Bernd is just a figure in the industry.
Definitely, yeah. And I think that he has also been speaking at some of the Print Matters conferences, right?
Yes, he's been there twice.
Twice.
So far, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I think, as we spoke about before the camera was turned on, I mean, this is of course not directly related to things that Intergraf do, but this is what probably influences your members, your what's it called, associate members in the coming years, right?
Yes, I think OPS and the online print community is, I don't want to say a step ahead, but I think that's what they really are, because they are already working online. They already have a different customer relation compared to the small and very small printers that are the main part of our industry.
So when you come here, you also gave a presentation this morning. What was that about?
Now, it was about navigating EU policies for printing companies. So I gave an overview over the different EU policies that actually affect the printing industry and demonstrated how EU policy has changed from very specific production-oriented policies to more horizontal regulation that affects the entire supply chain.
Is that something that in your mind makes the life easier for printers, or it more complex?
It makes life more complex for everyone.
Okay. So that is also why it's important that everybody learns about it, because when the legislation becomes more complex, it requires more resources to basically navigate it, right?
Indeed, and it's the regulation is more and more vague, unfortunately, because they try to regulate a lot of different industries with the same regulation. So we can have less specific input to the Commission, and that makes our work much more difficult.
Okay.
And that's life now.
Yeah. So I mean, you have been. How many years have you been with Intergraf now?
Oh God, you really want to ask that?
Okay, but more than 10 years, right?
More than 10.
Okay, let's just stick to that. No, the reason I was asking was more like that when we talk about how legislation is changing, I guess that you have seen over the years that you have been involved that everything is just changing a lot, right?
Yes,
yeah.
Indeed.
Do you also see that? Let's say, I saw a presentation by Ursula von der Leyen and also Christine Lagarde from the ECB, and I was just wondering, because they talk about that the more Europe get like into almost like a real union, it seems also to let's say balance out legislations across the countries. Is that something that you see when it comes to the printing side of it, or?
I think one of the things that I also mentioned this morning in my presentation is really that printers and businesses in Europe tend to forget what it would be not having the European Union. They only see all the legislation they need to comply with, but then it's only one legislation. It's not one for every market, because it could be otherwise 27 different legislations. So this common framework is extremely important, and I think we have grown closer together in Europe. And it is, with the euro, with the common framework, so easy to ship goods from one country to the next, not paying customs, etc. So this is something that people need to be reminded of.
I think the media also has some guilt in that, because I think, sometimes it's more fun to report about a new technology rather than talking about some boring legislation, right? But I think that, as you know, that we really would like to support Intergraf and the work and see if we can get some of that, let's say, messaging out to people, because I mean that is the one side of Intergraf, and then of course you have a lot of work on books, you have a lot of on security, you have a lot of things also with the Print Matters board, generally speaking. So you are doing quite a few things in the industry. Actually.
We are.
Yeah.
I have a great team that supports me.
Yeah. Good that you're not a one-person army, right?
No, that wouldn't be possible.
No. But I mean, just to emphasize, that is of course a very important part, that you have all these, let's say, events events and opportunities to communicate, right?
It's important, and every channel is great, and I really like that Inkish is supporting us there, and we look forward to our cooperation for the Print Matters conference in Budapest on the 5th of June.
Is it already on 5th of June?
Yeah.
Fantastic. As time flies by, right? Yeah. We also was very pleased that you were at the non-event, so was it a good event for you as well?
It was, yes. It's very different from large conferences, but it has this personal aspect of being able to talk to everyone who's there and really have this personal relation. I really like that event. It's different.
So as we spoke about, this is like the future. So even though that all these events are so different, I mean, because you have people from media, you have people that are working on let's say technology scripts, like Laura Bronner. You have like you guys from the. I mean, so still you see a value of having all these potentials of talking cross industries, right?
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure to have you there, and it was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, Morten.